Awesome. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. Like we were just chatting how we're so excited to just hang out and be here with everybody today. Like not only you guys, but also just for our sakes. We've been really we've been really talking about self-care and just taking the time to take care of yourself. And like Sunday is a great day to just take a deep breath,
Mhm.
take care of yourself, give yourself a little bit of love, pamper your partner if you can do that too. But I thought this would be a great time to kind of show you what we both do to our skin to get it ready for the night. Um, and so, why don't you introduce yourself, Joyce, and let everybody know?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Lee, so much for inviting me. I'm really excited for tonight. Lee actually reached out to me 2 days ago. And she said, let's do something girly night, right? And I was like, yeah, totally. And so my name is Joyce, and I'm a makeup artist in Toronto, Canada here. So I'm really excited to be on here today because to be honest with you guys, I am a new mom. So I have a 15-month-old baby girl. So, you guys, if you guys have a baby, you know how crazy a mom's life can be. So like Lisa, Sundays self-care. This is, we're doing this to, share. And also I'm doing this for myself because I really need this.
Exactly. I love that. And I just feel like it's just the perfect excuse because everybody really does deserve it. And I know being a busy new mom, especially because, we put our kids first and do everything for them.
That's right.
And Joyce was kind of laughing. She's like, "Oh, it looks like you have makeup on." And I actually do. I had a really busy day today. So I thought, why not just really start with that? So for those of you that haven't met me yet, my name is Leigh Raeder, and I'm a master cosmetologist. And me and Joyce are both in cold climates. So you being in Toronto, you've got the winter there. I'm in Wisconsin. We've got like cold. It snowed. I think it snowed by both of us.
Yeah.
So I do kind of do different things with my skin in the winter versus summer. So if you're not sure like what your skincare routine should be, you know, reach out to the person that invited you to watch this and they can help you. They can help guide you. Otherwise, just go to our website, lumiadevie.com. We have so much education there and, kind of will help you walk through it. But I know like you have clean skin. But the
Yes.
first thing that I do is I remove all of my makeup with motives. These are makeup remover towelettes. So a lot of times when I meet with my clients, they don't know the importance of cleansing twice. Once to kind of
Mhm.
remove all of their makeup, and then the second time would be to remove, any deep impurities, oils, that kind of thing that you have on your skin. These are great because one wipe will take off even a full like makeup for, weddings and things like that. So
I agree. Yes.
I
Hmm.
like to take off all of my kind of foundation first, kind of work through that, and then I will go over the eyes and remove that. Do you use these too, Joyce?
Yes, I absolutely love these makeup wipes because, as Asians, I always wear waterproof makeup, and those are so difficult to take off, right? Sometimes I could be like rubbing out my eyes, hurting my eyes to take it off, but this really works. I just, like you said, I just use one wipe, work on the foundation first, and then the eyes, everything comes out, mascara, eyeliner,
No,
everything. It's
and
amazing.
it's so true. And
Hmm.
I do like doing my skincare earlier, like we are now, because what tends to happen is we run around all day, and if we wait until late at night, we're so tired and we're like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like necessarily doing my skincare routine.
Hmm.
So I've been making an effort, like as long as I don't have, anything too important, that I'll just take the time and do it now. And you can kind of do it in steps too. Maybe remove your makeup, cleanse your skin, and then move on to the next, in a few minutes or so.
Yeah, that's
So
a great idea.
Christine says, I love double cleansing. So the first tool that I wanted to talk about with you guys, because we're all talking about tools tonight, and tools really can help just enhance whatever your skincare routine is. It doesn't really take any more time to incorporate them.
Mm-hmm.
But the first tool is our Lumiere de Vie Cognac Facial Sponge Set. So these sponges are awesome. They do like a very gentle like exfoliation to the skin. It doesn't replace like your 2 to 3 times a week exfoliation, but it's a nice gentle exfoliation. You can use them actually twice a day. When you get them, you get a box of 3. It comes with 2 natural and it comes with 1 charcoal infused. I do like to use the charcoal infused like on my T-zone, and then I'll use the natural, on the rest of my face, or I'll use the charcoal, in the morning and the natural at night. Just depends on my mood. But I want to take one out of the box and show everybody because I know you kind of held yours up.
Yeah.
Already used. So they come in a package like this, and see how much smaller mine is?
Yeah. This is after soaking water.
And then what you want to do is you want to open it, take it out of the package, and then just put it in water for about 10 minutes, and they will get a lot bigger. And you only have to really soak it the first time for 10 minutes. After that, once you get them wet, it'll kind of activate.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know about you, but mine lasts quite a while.
Yeah, it does.
I never really like kept track of like how often I do need to change them. But what I love about it is I'll just put a little bit of my cleanser, and this is the Lumiere de Vie facial cleanser, and you can just put it right on the sponge and then just start going in circular motions. And it's very soft. It's not like a loofah where it's like really, I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because in the package it might seem really hard, but once you soak it into water, it's actually very like spongy, right? And when you do it on your face, it actually feels really nice.
It does. So it's like a very gentle exfoliation, and I love these for teenagers because usually they need a little bit of extra help with their cleansing. And it's made out of the Cognac plant root. And it actually has a lot of really great qualities about it. So you can use them even without cleanser. Now look at how much, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see it's picking up dirt, even though I use makeup wipe, it's kind of picking up dirt from deep in my skin. The other thing I like about these is it does have a little, string on it. So I just hang it right from my cleanser, and then it will dry. They dry really fast. Like it doesn't take for that to happen. So I just kind of rinsed it out, and I wring it out, and now I'm just gonna rinse the cleanser off my skin. So everyone's saying hi. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Yetta. Hi, Shondell. So let me just rinse my cleanser off. And then we can kind of move on. So I was like, oh, what toner should I use today? Because the step after cleansing is toner. And I am like so in love with these. I don't know if
my gosh.
these yet, Joyce, because they're like,
I haven't, but I'm dying to try it.
Oh my gosh, like they are like my new favorite toner. So I've been using these daily, and these are the new Ohms refreshing toner pads. Look how big this container is.
Yeah, it is huge.
And even each pad is really, really big, but each pad has all of the toner that you need in it. So it's important to use your toner after cleansing to bring your pH back to normal so that whatever we put on as far as serums or moisturizers, it will be able to absorb. Plus it'll take, if I missed anything with my cleanser, it will remove that as well. And I always like to tone my neck. And there's plenty on here, so definitely works.
Yeah, I absolutely love the design because for me, I love to use a cotton pad to apply my toner. That way I'm kind of a triple cleansing, I'm just that, cautious about cleansing my skin. So I usually do that. And sometimes I'll even see a little bit of yellow or whatever that's left on the pad. And I was like, oh my gosh, even though I thought my skin is clean, it's not. So having the pad is just so much easier. I don't have to spray and then use the extra cotton pad. I just take it from the jar. That's so genius.
And this has just like a little bit of like kind of cooling and tingling. So it's very refreshing to use.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Can't wait to try that. I'm going to spray my Skintelligence.
Oh, that's another favorite. I love Skintelligence.
Yeah, I love this. This is amazing.
Intelligence kind of has more of that like earthy kind of herbal smell to it too. It has like some lemongrass and
Lavender.
yeah, and lavender and
Chamomile.
things like that in there.
Love it.
So, and it's also important to kind of note that you can switch up your products a little bit too, depending on what your skin needs. We were kind of talking earlier, and because we're both in, you know, cooler climates, like right now my skin is a little dehydrated. So I might use products. I'm actually going to sneak in a mask tonight too, just to add a little bit more moisture to my skin. So the next thing that I wanted to show you guys is we actually have two rollers. We have a rose quartz roller, and then we also have a tiger's eye roller. And what's great about these is they're both the same size. They just actually have different stones in them. And there's so many different ways that you can use rollers. You can actually just roll on your clean skin if you want, but you can also roll over like after you put on your serum, after you put on your moisturizer. I know today we are both going to sneak in a mask, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm going to actually use the Lumiere de Vie Moisture Intensive Facial Mask. These have like a lot of hyaluronic acid in. It's like so much moisture for the skin. So you'll kind of see my skin absorb it in. You get two in a box. So it's really good to use these about twice a month, every other week. And it looks like you're going to use our cellular laboratory.
Yes, I'm going to use the cellular laboratory. This is a lifting facial mask. I'm going to give a lift to my face.
Yeah.
And I really like this, that it's brightening and it's also hydrating and also lifting for your face. So it's doing a couple of things in one.
I love the smell of these too. So a lot of times when I do this, you guys, like I'm literally laying in bed and I'll just put my mask on and just kind of relax for a while. And, you know, it's a time for me to kind of unwind. So I'm just kind of opening it up a little bit. Get it out of here. We're both going to look kind of funny if people just start turning.
I know. And we're going to start talking funny too.
I know. I think my family's like used to it by now. They're just like, oh, mom's doing like her skincare routine again. She's got her mask on.
Yeah.
So I do have, I see a couple questions. So somebody is asking, after we spray the toner on our face, do we need to wipe it with cotton or only tap it on our face? You know what? It really comes down to preference. Like if you feel like you haven't gotten all of your makeup off, then it's good to use a cotton round. But it is more convenient to sometimes just spray it on your face. So either way is correct. You can just kind of do what works for you.
Yeah. And I feel like I just want to share a little bit. If you guys are using like a cotton pad to like apply your toner, make sure you're wetting your cotton so it's not dragging on your skin, right? When this is dry, it can be harming your skin if you're dragging too hard, right? So make sure that if you're using this to add as like a extra cleansing step, then make sure you spray a lot of toner on here so you're actually adding moisture into your skin, balancing, do whatever you need, and not dragging your skin.
That's a really good tip. I like that. So we actually have something available. So for those of you that haven't really used the rollers yet and you're not sure how to use them, we do have a little diagram here. So this is available for any of you that are partnered with our company. If someone invited you to watch this, you know, they can share it with you. But basically, we're going to take our rollers and we're going to just kind of roll from the inside out. You don't really have to press that hard, but what this is going to do is it's going to help all of the product on our masks just absorb into our skin a little bit more. And with these sheet masks, you'll know when it's all absorbed because the mask will almost get like dry feeling.
Yeah.
So you can.
I really enjoy doing this because you're kind of making all the bubbles out of your mask. right? So the mask is touching your skin a little bit better.
And you can use the smaller end to get around your eyes, closer to your nose. So I thought it would be fun to share some of the benefits of each of our rollers. So Joyce is using our rose quartz roller, and I just like basically did some Googling, and I wanted to see like what are the benefits of rose quartz. And what I thought was like really interesting is the Romans used rose quartz as a seal to signify ownership, and Egyptians believed the stone could prevent aging. Worth a try, right?
Yeah.
It's also known as the love stone. It was said to balance the emotions and to heal anger and disappointment. I feel like we could definitely use a little bit more love in this world right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it increases self-worth. It's a gentle, loving stone, helps with forgiveness, increases self-esteem, expands heart energy, helps alleviate grief. None of this is proven or anything. It's just, you know, some fun facts that I found on the internet. It also increases self-esteem and increases empathy. Now, the tiger's eye, you can kind of see that it's a little bit more golden in color. This is part of our Lumiere de Vie Ohms line, so it is our men's line, but they're not just for men. You can use them to women. So tiger's eye is grounding, prosperity. It is a stone of protection that is also very stabilizing and grounding. It enhances integrity, willpower, self-confidence, and practicality. It is a stone that enhances good luck and brings prosperity. So I think we could use that too.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll this underneath a little bit too. And don't forget your neck. You can actually, it depends if you're wanting a little bit of lymphatic drainage, you can just kind of go slightly down on both sides of your neck. But oh my gosh, it does feel so good. It
feels so good.
And even though this wasn't in the refrigerator, and by the way, you can actually store these in the refrigerator if you want your stones to be a little bit cooler. But even though it wasn't, it still has a very cooling, soothing feeling on the skin too.
Yeah, and I also want to mention that for people who are having like eye bags under the eye, right? I feel like this little part is really useful, especially if you use it in combination of a mask. When you do this, after you use the mask, you're gonna see, you know, the eye bag really reduce because it's depuffing and it's helping the circulation, right? So like dark circle, eye puffiness, all of those are gonna improve if you just do this. And you can do this anytime, like Lisa, you can do this on a bare skin too. So, you know, as you're watching TV, as you're watching us, you guys can actually do this.
That's such a good point because so many people have issues with, you know, under eye kind of puffiness.
Yeah.
If you wake up in the morning too and you kind of feel that, you can just roll for a little while. I don't know about some of you, but if you're working from home, you can just kind of roll, keep rolling for as long as you want. Oh my goodness. I don't want to stop, but I know we should probably move on.
All right. That feels really nice.
So you can actually leave this on probably a little bit longer. And what I like to do is I'll take it and almost like put it right here too, because there's still
That's right. Like, sometimes put it on my arms too, right?
Yeah, and you can't forget your neck and your décolleté. I just had a birthday and people are like, oh my gosh, you actually do not look as old as you are. I'm like, well, that's I've been trying to take care of my skin. It feels so good. But we actually have other rollers too. So these were the pink or the rose quartz roller, and this was the tiger's eye roller. We also have some ice rollers. So we have one in our Lumiere de Vie line, and then we also have one in our Lumiere de Vie Ohms line. So I'm going to actually kind of show you the difference of these two. This one actually, in the Lumiere de Vie line, it has kind of a gel-filled part here. And this actually, a lot of people don't know this, but it pops right out of the roller.
Oh, I didn't know that neither.
Yeah, so you can either like put the entire thing in your refrigerator or your freezer.
Right.
Just put this in there. It doesn't
Put
take
that. Yeah, just save space.
Yeah, it does. And
Hmm.
you don't have to keep it in the freezer. Like if that gets too cold for you, you can keep it in the refrigerator, and you know that's still soothing enough.
Mm.
And then the Ohms roller is metal. So that one kind of has more of the gel filled, and this is more metal. So what I like about the metal is if you forget to put it in your refrigerator, it still feels kind
Really
of
cool.
cold without putting it in there. So you don't have to. So there's so many different ways that you can use the ice roller. Like you can either use it first thing in the morning, like when you wake up and your skin feels a little bit swollen, or you can use it after you put on your skincare. So I'm going to actually kind of let this absorb in, then I'm going to put my moisturizer on, and then I'm going to use the ice roller to kind of seal all of it in. But honestly, you guys, like, don't get stuck on the dot. Like, there's really no like right or wrong way to use
Mm-hmm.
the rollers. Like, I just find that using them is better than not using them. Don't
I
you?
agree. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of my moisturizer on, and this is the Lumiere de Vie Intense Rejuvenation Cream. I tend to use this one more at night, and I use the matte moisturizer during the day.
Mm. Oh, and I just want to mention about our sunscreen. I'm really absolutely in love with the new sunscreen from Lumiere.
Yes, talk about it, please, because it is
Yeah.
more than a sunscreen, too, which is cool.
Right? So we're still walking outside, it's very important to use the sunscreen. So, for me, I'm always looking for a good sunscreen that people cannot tell I'm wearing sunscreen. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you're wearing sunscreen, like my husband, when he used to go out, he put on sunscreen, it's all white stripes on his face, right? So people will say, "Oh, are you wearing sunscreen?" That's really embarrassing. So I always been looking for a good sunscreen that has it's like a clear absorb really fast and this is and it protects your skin, right? So before we have this, I really enjoyed the Lumiere. Sorry, not Lumiere, the cellular one,
Mm-hmm.
right? That one is really, really good. And it's de-aging too. So, who doesn't want to protect the skin and de-aging at the same time? But then, when I figure out this one, it's also a physical sunscreen.
Yes.
It's very hard to find a physical sunscreen and that doesn't leave the white stripes. So this is absolutely amazing and it smells so nice. And it literally, when you spread it, it's disappeared into your skin.
Yeah.
So this is amazing.
I like, too, that it's not greasy.
It's
Like, I
not
don't like
greasy.
it when sunscreens
Hmm.
are greasy, but
Yeah.
it also has ingredients that also help brighten the skin too, which is brilliant
Hmm.
because
Yes.
it's more than just protecting it from the sun. It's actually doing that as well. So I see a lot of comments that people love using the ice roller on sore muscles. And Joyce and I were just talking about that because like right now everybody's like sitting at their computers all the time, like we're on
That's right.
doing all these like virtual meetings. And what's the first thing to get tense? Your
Your
shoulders
shoulders.
and
Hmm.
neck. So I'll roll that after I roll my face. But same thing, you can just kind of start rolling out. Oh my gosh, this feels so good.
Feels so nice. Yeah.
And I can't decide, like I really do love both of them. Sometimes I use that one, sometimes I use this one. This one I did not have in the refrigerator and it's still nice and cooling.
Mm.
I like to just hold it over my eyes too.
Mm.
Feels so good doing that. And you know what else I wanted to mention are the prices on everything because they're so, I don't know, they're so affordable, I think. So
They are. They are.
yeah, the ice roller, let me just get this. The ice rollers are only $17.50. So once you have these, it's gonna last you. You don't
I
really
know.
keep buying them.
Yeah, and I know people who have one in their gym bag, one in their bedroom.
Exactly. They make great gifts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can roll as much as you want. And then, yeah, just go ahead and you can roll. Oh my gosh, it feels so good.
Oh, it really feels nice. I never do this for myself, but I think I'm gonna do more. It
See?
really feels nice.
So now it's like, even if you guys like are like, oh, I don't know, yes, you need this. Definitely.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna just help kind of relieve some of that tension.
Mm-hmm.
The Jade Roller and the Tiger's Eye are also only $17.50. And these are all available at our website, lumieredevie.com. I also know that there's a couple links in the comments that go directly to the product. So if you're kind of wondering on where you can get them, everybody is watching, like probably thinking, I should do this too. If you have your rollers, get them out, do it with us. Like honestly, a reason to do it.
Because it really feels nice. I'm so glad that we're doing this tonight.
I know. Yes. Absolutely love it. And I don't think I mentioned the price of the Cognac sponge set. So let me just get that to. Put that somewhere. It's only $19.95 and you get the 3 sponges. So that's awesome. I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
So I know you kind of mentioned that you kind of dealt with some acne and things. I too have struggled my entire life. Ice rollers are amazing because, you know, if you know anything about acne, you know, it is inflammation and redness. So this is going to help. Help that, reduce the redness and the inflammation.
Absolutely. So nice. I don't want to stop.
It's so mesmerizing. It really is. And you can see like how our skin is just glowing, right?
Yeah, and this is gonna last for a couple of days. So the mask really is amazing.
Every time I do the mask, like because when I used to travel, like I haven't really obviously been traveling right now, but when I used to travel, I would take a mask along and I would do it like the night before I taught or I had, you know, any kind of speaking.
Yeah.
And everybody would always compliment me on my skin. And it was because of the mask.
Yeah, exactly. And I will notice that my skin is better with foundations because they're just so much smoother, so much readier for, you know, makeup. So, you know, I do that too.
Yeah, your skin looks amazing. Oh my God.
Thank you. You too.
I'm a little jealous. Like, how much is the mask? We can put that in the comments for you. I just like, honestly, like I always have a pack of masks. Like I never want to run out. So I'm like always stocking up on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in winter when I'm more dry, Christine said, for sure, you guys. It's like kind of like your little spa night. And if you really want to like increase it too, you can exfoliate prior to using the sheet masks. I actually did some exfoliation this morning. So we have a new scrub in the Ohms line that I used, which is another one of my favorite products now. So if you do a little bit of that exfoliating, you're going to get some of the dead skin cells off and your skin is going to feel even more supple and plump and smooth after the mask as well. But oh my gosh, it feels so amazing. Oh, amazing.
Wow, you're glowing.
So are you. So those of you watching, like it's not too late to just grab your stuff and make the most out of it and just give yourself a little spa night. It's getting dark here now too, so it's like perfect here. So a pack of 2 masks is $59.95. Thank you for putting that in the comments.
Yeah, and I just want to say that especially right now, I don't know about, you know, in your area, but in Toronto, everything is locked down. So people can't really have a facial or have a spa, you know, in the official setting. So it's going to be really nice if we can do these steps at home. So our skin is going to be still nice and maintained, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to come out of like lockdown. Like, good. I agree.
I know. Yeah.
So somebody's just asking about the sunscreen. So they said that you mentioned the sunscreen. May I know when we should apply it? Should we put it on in the morning and before, after moisturizer?
That's a really good question. For me, I will usually use the sunscreen as the last step because that's when you're actually sealing everything in and protecting your skin. right? And make sure when you use the sunscreen, use enough because it's literally like a layer on your skin. So if you use too little, imagine you're spreading those very thin, so it might not be as protective as you want it to be, right? So make sure that you use enough sunscreen to cover your whole face. Yeah, and I really like these because they don't show white, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about using too much and they're just sitting on your skin.
A lot of people in the winter, they don't think they need to use sunscreen. And
Mhm.
you still, the sun is still actually as intense as it is in the
Yeah.
summer. And if you live in a winter climate like we do, the sun can reflect off the snow and kind of intensify it a little bit too. So just really get in the habit of using sunscreen all year round, especially as you get a little bit older, because that sun damage is going to show up as hyperpigmentation, or it's going to increase
Wrinkles.
aging. Exactly. So yes, you can double up with that one for sure. And it won't like clog your pores. It won't do any of that because it's actually made as like a skincare product. So I love that. So I don't know if I see any other questions. Yeah, a lot of people are like, looks relaxing. Love it, love it, love it. So now you guys know how to use the rollers, and so make sure that you order them, have them. I might even treat my husband and roll his neck and shoulders after watching the football game. He might need it a little bit. You know how intense that gets sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that we have the black version because before we have this, it feels nice, but it'll be a little bit weird to use this on a man, you know what I'm
I
saying?
know, like men are like definitely like
They refuse.
black and stuff. And like, maybe not so much, but yeah, they're both awesome. So get them both and have them, because that way you can have. And I know somebody was asking too about cleaning them. And what I do is I actually have just like some alcohol wipes. So I'll just take an alcohol wipe and just kind of clean it and let it air dry that way. But you can just take like a cotton round with, spray some alcohol on it too, and just keep it really clean because you don't want any bacteria, going on your skin. So I'll do the ice rollers like that, and then I'll also do our stone roller like that as well. And that's it. That's how you do it.
It's super simple, right?
So I'm so glad that we made each other do this. We're holding each other accountable, making sure that we have good self-care habits.
Yeah, I think everybody should do this, right? Ask your girlfriend to do this once a week. It's gonna be really fun.
And then share your pictures. So do your self-care,
Yeah.
share your pictures. Just tag Lumiere de Vie on either Facebook or Instagram or wherever you are on social media so we can see them and share them too. And if you have any other questions, just let us know and we'll be sure to answer them. But it was so good to see you. Hopefully we can see each other in person again soon.
Absolutely. I hope that too.
Yeah, for sure, because this is fun, but I'm also a nice huggy person too. So
I know.
all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll be back in a couple weeks again for another Self-Care Sunday. So be sure to tune in, but have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, Leigh, for inviting me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on and being with me. I love it. All
Me
right.
too.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you.